What's up, people? My name is Tommy, and for today's topic, I'm going to be talking about dealing with depression while having osteogenesis imperfecta. So, let me just tell you right off the bat that everyone encounters depression. Doesn't matter if you are normal or have a disability, right? Everyone experiences depression, and it doesn't have to necessarily be an event that caused depression. Depression could come from anywhere, just by thinking negative or waking up on the wrong side of the bed. Um, there's a lot of things that could cause depression, but for today's topic, I'm going to be talking about how to deal with it. How to kind of set it to the side and not let it affect your life, not let it consume you, and things like that, because depression will really take you down. It does consume people, and people will take action while they are depressed, meaning they'll take an action that doesn't make any sense. So a lot of people will end up going to like alcohol, drugs, sleeping all day, not socializing. They're harming themselves because they don't know how to cope with themselves, essentially, right? They're not fully aware of their emotions, or they may be, but they're not full control of their emotions, right? Because in order to relieve any depression, anxiety, stuff like that, you really have to be in control of your mind. Your mind is a very, very powerful tool, and if you don't control it, it will control you. So you got to be the master of you, your mind, and your body. And so when you are depressed, or when I'm depressed, I'm going to be talking about myself and how I deal with it. When I'm depressed, I like to think and examine why I'm depressed. Sometimes it appears out of nowhere, like I said earlier. And so when that happens, I examine my lifestyle and pinpoint what is wrong or what is causing my emotional distress. It could be anything. Maybe I regret something. Maybe I'm overthinking. Whatever the case might be, I'm going to examine it and address it. Because when I wake up, I want to wake up with a happy mind, not a negative mind. When I wake up the next day, I want to be productive and uh, positive, meaning I want to be outgoing, embracing, positive energy. I want to be glowing up my vibrations. I want it to fly high. I want people to look at me and look and say, like, wow, you look good, you look healthy, you look happy, right? So I address the situation. I address it in my mind. I do that by meditating. Meditation is a very powerful, I guess, tool, I guess you could go about when it comes to anxiety, depression, stuff like that, because you could really go deep into your mind and find areas and where you could, adjust. You could adjust your mindset, your personality, your thinking process, everything. Your whole mental state can be adjusted by just meditating. And I do this by staying on my bed or going on my bed, laying down flat, and turning everything off, including lights. And I just really think and try to manipulate things within my mind. And this will help relieve a lot of things, believe it or not, especially when I'm angry or sad and also depressed. But it's mostly like if I'm angry or sad, because it's running through your mind. But once you learn how to control your mind, you could relieve a lot of those things. And another thing that helps me with depression is working out or exercising. Whenever I am, going through a stressful situation, such as depression or, whatever, my workout sessions will help relieve a lot of that. I work out for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is to relieve my depression, and I do that by projecting all my emotions into my workout sessions or my training, if that makes any sense. So what I'm trying to say is that when I'm performing a lift or when I'm lifting, right, I am exerting all that anger, all that sadness, all that depression out of myself into the weights, right? I'm using all that energy, because you have energy, right? You acquire energy from everything. However, people hold on to certain amount of energy from certain things. And so when I'm angry, sad, depressed, I hold on to it, and it affects my whole body. I'm tense throughout my whole body. And so when I work out, all my energy is being exerted. Therefore, I feel relieved. I don't feel as tensed. I don't feel like I'm locked up, cooped up, or like I'm being spaced in. You know, my body's relaxed. I'm at peace. My mind is at calm, and that's what everyone should strive for, is to be calm and relaxed at all times. Because if you're constantly stressing, tensed, you know, worrying, if your mind is running 100 miles per hour every single day throughout the day, that is unhealthy, and you are causing issues, and you may not even be aware of that until, you know, you talk to someone or something like that, right? But I also use a herb to relieve my depression, and that is marijuana. I have a video about that if you guys are interested. I'll link it in the description or in the comments, or both, right? But marijuana does help relieve a lot of things, such as depression, anxiety, eating problems, you know, all of it. Marijuana helps a ton. And I go about marijuana because, you know, sometimes working out or meditating doesn't do its job. So marijuana, marijuana in general, it just makes you feel calmer, more relaxed, and it's an eye opener, right? You're not really exerting energy like you do while you are working out. You're not exerting your energy to smoke or however you consume marijuana. You know, marijuana will just instantly relieve all those symptoms. And it kind of opens my minds up, kind of makes me realize it's like meditating, but in a deeper fashion. And I meditate with marijuana, or on marijuana, in order to produce a intense emotional event, and this will help me relieve a lot of things and realize a lot of things. So that's why I smoke marijuana, and also for pain relief and things like that. But depression is one of them for relief, right? If that makes any sense. But you're not alone, people. Depression is real. Depression is hard to battle. It is hard to cope with. But the best advice I have to give you people is to be in control of yourself. Be in control of your emotions. Be in control of your body. You are the master of your body. You are in control of your body. You are in control of your mind. No one controls your mind. No one controls your thoughts. Your thoughts are produced by what you see, what you hear, and what you're doing, and what you're planning in your mind. You know, whatever event that caused depression, you could overcome it by simply thinking positive, embracing the positivity, and changing your mindset. Now, this may take a couple of days, a couple of weeks, or a couple of months. And you can aid in that process by what I mentioned earlier, such as smoking marijuana. Tons of people smoke marijuana for anxiety relief, and to really realize what is wrong with them, or realize what's wrong with their life or mindset. And you get to change it. It's like people on acid, people on LSD, you know, people take psychedelics in order to awake themselves up, I guess, in a sense, and realize life as it is, and realize how they're acting, performing in life. But marijuana does that in an easier fashion. It's easier on the brain, and it's convenient, you know. But I wouldn't recommend, you know, going to acid or anything like that. But I was just saying that for an example, right? But yeah, people, with osteogenesis imperfecta, you know, we end up breaking a lot, fracturing a bone, you know, the list goes on. But what I'm trying to say, people, is that depression is no excuse for always staying down. You know, depression shouldn't consume you. You should never let depression consume you. You are stronger than that. You want to have friends or family who supports you and embrace you, who you are. Or, yeah, right? If you got no friends or family who aren't supporting you, resort to social media. I'm pretty sure you have friends and family, or friends, I'm pretty sure family too, on social media that supports you on your journey in life. You know, I'm here to support you. I'm here. Like, that's why I'm making this video. I know how depression is. I know how it affects people. I've experienced it. I've had it for years. And yeah, by any means, I have not conquered my depression, because I don't believe that anyone could conquer their depression. Depression is part of life. It's a part of your lifestyle. Without depression, we would be oblivious or dumb to a lot of things. Depression kind of makes us realize what is happening in our life, or what is happening to us as an individual, or what we have done. Well, I guess that is the individual part, right? So, depending on the situation of your depression, I know your situation. I mean, I don't know it literally, but I know your depression, right? Every depression is different. But, like I said, just keep your head up, and just think positive, people. Talk to people, or let it go. You need to stop holding on to that tension. You need to relieve it somehow. You know, meditate, smoke weed, talk to people, go out, exercise. You know, maybe you need to move places. Maybe it's the environment, the setting. Maybe it's the bad habits that you go about every single day. Whatever the case might be, people, you need to find and address it as soon as possible before you really let your depression consume you, people. If I've helped you in any way, please leave me a like, because that would tell me I've helped you out. Please leave me some feedback by commenting down below. Please click the subscribe button if you want to stay tuned in and, you know, watch my future content videos, or my future videos and my content. You know what I meant, but yeah. And I'll catch you guys later.